Welcome to Something Compared to. I'm your host, Alexander Blucher. Today we're going to be discussing about budgeting. It's about that time to go over those numbers. Good afternoon, good day. Welcome to Something to Compare to. I'm your host, Alexander Blucher. Before we get started, I want to be sure that you have the proper materials, which is the index card, your composition book, and the sketchbook. The sketchbook I'm definitely going to be using today because we're going to be talking about budgeting. In the context of budgeting, I will be doing this once a month. So we're in the month of January right now. Please stay tuned for the next one in February. I think it's very helpful because at the end of the day, if you're a person that don't know how to budget but would like to learn, this is great. If you are a person that is just a big spender, it's just a matter of like, hey, you sure you're spending your money where it needs to go? Or if you didn't plan ahead, it's probably because you didn't plan for this. You didn't take time to really write things out. So as we get started, I just want to cover some of the things that I will be discussing, which is the check one income. Let me be able to scroll down here. We already have the date on top. We have the check one expenses. Excuse me. Okay, and we also have here the results, which is a part 3. We also have goals and accounts in debt. All right, so while I scroll all the way back up, if you are someone that gets paid every 2 weeks, you want to be able to just change the date out on the days you get paid. Either it's Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday from your job. If you are a person that gets paid every week, go ahead and just add in the date. So for here, I put on January 19th. The following week would have been the 26th of January, or if it's a Friday, it would have been like the 21st. So 21st, and the following week will be the 28th. It doesn't have to be precise, or it doesn't have to be exact, I should say. Okay, but the 28th. So then you could also be able to change this as a person 1 and a person 2. You could change this to like a check 1, check 2. You can mess around with this. Now, to be able to get access to this Excel spread, be sure to email me, okay? I'm aware most times people are not that initiative of just reaching out, but we have to try. Just that one step forward can make a difference in other action plans in your life. This is why we created this channel, Something to Compare to. All right, so we have here is on say check 1. Let's change this to check. I guess this is in a household. If you have a 2-person household, let's say check 1, estimated 900. Okay. Now, as I'm plugging in the numbers here, as you can see, it went down right here to 900. And also, if I scroll all the way down in part 3, the 900 is there as total monthly income. Okay. So let me scroll back up. And also, too, if you want to change this to a check number 2, it's up to you. For me, I personally use this Excel spreadsheet just to be straight to the point. I do have a part-time job I'm working at, and if I have other incomes, I will use this sheet, but I will not. I think for me, if like I have like 2 LLCs going on right now, so I have the business expenses, I go ahead and put that number here as the expense, but then I have to create another sheet so I could be able to drop this in there. So for instance, I'll probably change this to a business account. So the business account, if I make an extra income of say about $1,000 from whatever the gig is, say $1,000, then boom. Okay. Now I have the $1,000 that's there from the business and the 900 that came in from the personal. Okay. So then if there's a situation that I am going to be able to spend, say $300 on the business, is going to take it out as a monthly expense, that which I did for the whole business. But let me get back on track here. I think I was just doing a quick note for the entrepreneurs out there that may not be doing the whole every week a paycheck or every 2 weeks. This spreadsheet is definitely could help out a lot, just to keep things on track. Okay, let's cover some quick myths. I only have one in mind right now, that when creating a budget doesn't take away from the actual fun in what you're going to do on a daily matter. Okay, it's just a matter of that if you're a spender and you spend, it shows in the bank statements. I did a video on that. Okay, I put that video in the description about the bank statement, budgeting, and the generation of wealth. Creating a budget doesn't take away from your overall joy. Okay, so if I already have $900 here, you have to pay rent. Because of my living situation, I don't have to pay mortgage or rent, but I do cover some other bills in the household that I will be covering. Well, I will be mentioning, I should say. All right. So, for example, on the estimated side, I'm still waiting to deposit my check in my personal account. So we're just going to do the goals and estimated side for today. So on the electric bill side, we're looking at 120. That's my estimated. You could be able to write this down as I go over it, or you could just email me at somethingtocompareto@gmail.com. I'll definitely send you the information to get access to this spreadsheet. Okay. That the email again is somethingtocompareto@gmail.com. All right. So next is the water bill. Be sure to go over this list of things. If you have the internet, my internet is on my credit card. So anytime I see the internet being charged on the credit card, just go ahead and pay one time just to increase my credit score. All right, family, we have the households, which is the food, the hygienes, add all that stuff in there. There's a number that will definitely come up. Check it out. All right, we have medical bills, medication, therapy, barbershop. I'm looking forward to getting a haircut, so I'm going to drop that $20 in there. Gasoline. What's that gas you spending? Fill up that tank. Fill up that tank. Know how, for me, I like to fill up the tank so I know how far my car can go, how long it could last if I'm going to these destinations on a regular. So I definitely fill it up all the way. And for me, I'm at 115 For this paycheck, I'm at $115. Okay. Dropbox, personal allowance. I'm looking forward to going to a restaurant. I'm not going to spend $100, but hey, I might end up spending like what, $30, $40 at the restaurant. So, gym membership, put the amount there. Health insurance, car insurance, drop it in there. Emergency funds, what we have on emergency funds. You'd be surprised. This $1 here is just for my sake, of the sense of I want to still be sure that I'm putting money into a savings. Okay, for me it's just $1. That dollar might go up to a value of $100 or $300 into my savings, and I will explain that later of why I put $1 first and then the true amount, whatever I have left over. I'm already explaining it right now. Forget about later. I'm explaining it right now that the amount that you have left over, I put in my savings. So let me scroll down here. We have Tide, which is $100. You put the amount that works out for you. Okay. Bank service fee, a bank overdraft fee. Hey, we talking about all difficult topics here. Even if it's not difficult, the topics that no one doesn't talk about. Okay. So the bank service fees is here. The overdraft fee, if you've been in a situation being overdraft, put that in there. You'd be amazed how much. I know in my 20s, man, me and the overdraft was becoming friends for some reason. I just didn't know how to get out of it. But luckily enough, the information I know now, yeah, I mean, I guess we're not friends no more. Me and the overdraft fee. Nah. So we have the Capital One credit card. We have a credit card number 3. It all depends on the amount you have of credit cards. Okay. So as an example here, credit card. Let me create a space here. Say credit card number 4. Now you want to be able to put the name. I'm just changing up the name just because of this video. So if you have a credit card, for example, I just mentioned out there Macy's. Okay, go ahead and put Macy's there, and you don't have to do the number 4 and all the different numbers I'm doing right now. I'm just doing the numbers just for the sake of this video, and just taking it from there. All right, so put the credit card amounts here as estimated. We're still in the estimated area. Okay. So we have My Jewelers. Sorry, My Jewelers is a company online that you could go ahead, if you don't have any credit, go ahead and check them out. Apply. You'll be surprised like how much of a big help this was for my credit card, increasing my credit card score journey. MyJewelersClub.com. They still exist as of now. Go ahead and apply for them. You get approved, and it's going to be a fee. The fee that I known before was $100, $99. Not sure if it's still the same. So check that out. All right. SunPass, and like I mentioned before, I have the business expenses. I just put the amount there on average. So now we have looking at part 3 results, we have total monthly income, which was the $900. And then we have the total monthly expenses, which comes out to $596. Okay. And this is the estimated area. All right. So as the 304 is what's left over, I'll just put it here. 304 plus $1 is 305. Take it to the house, Miami-Dade. Or I should say Trick Daddy and them boys, man. I mean, hey, 305, anytime 305 come up, if you're from Miami, you're going to say something from Dade County, a language from South Florida, I should say. So we have 305 in emergency funds here. Scrolling down, we have the goals. Okay. Now, hey, for for a goal, I know for me right now, I wouldn't mind saving $1,000. Okay. Now, what's the amount? The amount is potentially 305. The amount goes here. Now, when the money drops in your account here, the actual amount, and say $900 drops in the account, and we have 305 actually put into the savings as we discussed. Just put here the amount 305. Okay. Now, what we're going on to is paying off credit cards. I'm right now on the credit cards. I'm about, say, about 1,500. Okay. So I'm looking forward in the next 3 paychecks, 3 to 4 paychecks. Let me just leave a little cushion. 3 to 4 paychecks paying off credit cards. Okay. Moving on, we have other goals here. It's up to you on the goals if you want to put. All it is just you insert the row above. I guess let me work on this right now. Do it live. Why not? Boom, merge that. And all right, so I just made up something on the spot. College fund for the kid or kids. Once again, you put the goal amount here and the amount that you're contributing when the money's in the account, and you could add your own personal goals here. Okay, so that take care of that. A few folks are wondering how to save up for a house, down for a house. Hey, what's the goal? Sometimes the goal may be in today's market. The goal may be, let's say, 40,000. Just to be on the safe side. 40,000. What is the amount you're contributing towards saving for a house? Okay. And we also have here saving 10,000. Hey, it's up to you. What's the amount? Moving on is the accounts in debt. Okay. Now, this here, you may want to go to Credit Sesame or Credit Karma. All right. On this channel, something to compare to. There's a high possible chance I will not be asking for personal information, just to be able to help you grow your credit or pay some bills. Okay. So we have here Credit Sesame. Yeah, Credit Sesame and Credit Karma. Okay, I use Credit Karma. What you do is log in there. If you haven't been in there before, they're going to ask for some personal questions. Go ahead, answer the question honestly. Okay. Once you be able to answer those questions, you're going to be able to log in, and it'll break down what's in your accounts, what you have in your accounts. Okay. It might be a credit card that show up, student loans. Definitely the card payment is going to show up. If you have some other things on there that you're not aware of or anything in that nature, on Credit Karma, they have an area you could be able to dispute it. Just follow the instructions, click on dispute now or something like that, and they're going to review it, and they're going to take it off from there. Okay. Another thing, if you have a credit card that's paid off, so for instance, I have a credit card that had $268. If I paid off tomorrow, if I paid off today, and say next week Wednesday come around, and it still shows, from my understanding, when it comes to these credit reports, give it some time. Credit Karma, for me, I give it about 30 days to 45 days, just so it could refresh in the system and show as paid off, zero balance. Sometimes Credit Karma even lets you know that, hey, the last time they ran a report was the first week of whatever that month was. They actually let you know when's the last report ran. Okay. When it comes to the credit score on Credit Karma, it could be off on somebody else that's running a true credit report. If you are looking for a place to rent, or if you're looking for a place to buy a house or start a business, asking for a loan, their credit report may be different than Credit Karma. Okay, so Credit Karma does give you a good number, but is kind of is off from the exact number that you may may be looking for. All right. So for me, there's no secret. I don't know. It's like, for me, there's no secret. My credit score is in the 670 right now. I think one shows 670, the other one shows 700. Okay. And what I mean by it's not a secret, I think I create this channel something to compare to. So it's like, to let other people know, you have the same opportunity to get there. Okay. So I'm logging into Credit Karma right now. Let's see here. I'm going to show it on the screen. All right. I was off. One of them I was off by 7 points. No problem. All right. Let me move it on to the screen. All right. So right there. All right. 700, 703, and 663 on Credit Karma right now. And that is in the month of January of 2022. All right. So log into there, see what you have. If you have zero balance, congratulations. You're richer than a rich man that has a lot of liabilities. Not say liabilities, but a lot of things that the man has to cover. You have to cover that house expense, car expense, business expense, employees, so much. All right, I'm going to say that for another day, but I'm just giving you a little example that you're richer than a rich man that has so much, that has, a lot of responsibilities. If you have no credit, this is a great time for you to be able to say, okay, let me take out a secure card, look up secure card, get a little bit more informed of what is a secure card. If you're 18, 19, 20, or even older, you are in a position to better yourself in your credit score. Living in America, they're judging, or they're making their prediction, or they're responding on people's credit score. So if you're not taking credit score seriously, that's fine. Whoever you ask for a loan for, or you ask them to borrow money, they're not going to take you seriously because you're not taking your credit seriously. But someone that has a credit score that's 650, 670, 700, 750, 800, because you took your finances seriously, they're going to take you seriously. And in today's world, I'm going a little left, but I'm gonna bring it back. But in today's world, they're from my understanding, they're not gonna say, well, what's this person's name and where they're born and where they're from. No, they're not looking at all that. They're looking at your credit score. Your credit score is going to be the response of behavior to me in America. All right, so let's be able to work on that. This is one of the high reasons why I started this channel, something compared to. I'll definitely look out for a video coming out soon where I'm discussing the true vision of something to compare to. This is from my heart. So I'm this is my way of giving back. Okay. So share this with friends. Definitely share this with family. Uh, share with anybody that want to take their budgeting seriously. And we still have other areas to cover. This is just finances right now. Be able to cover emotional. There's emotional debt. So if we use this example for emotional, what are some of the things you have issues with? Well, I have issues with my friend. I have issues with my cousin, my mom, my dad, whatever it is. Let's be able to jot those things down and say, okay, this is exactly, well, which is the estimated. This is what I'm going through now, but what is the work you put in for something else? You know what I mean? Or what is the work you're going through to better yourself out of that emotional situation? And tangible debt, where there's some folks, because they are in some kind of a depressed state or something, their living situation is not as good also. And that's not normal. I really think that's not normal. We want to say that's normal, let them be. But honestly, some folks just need a different push. Say, okay, the way we are living is how our mind is. Okay, so if you are living in a big mansion, that means in your mind you worked towards that, or you have done the right things to be in that mansion. If you are in a situation that it's not so much good opportunities, it's not your fault, of course. But what is in your mind that we could be able to shift to have you get more opportunities? Okay, so that's also a neat tangible debt. So thanks for listening. I'm about to close off right now. This is something to compare to. Before I log off, continue watching the video. I put together some content in the sense of we're going to be switching up the scenery a little bit. So I know I'm in the room sometimes, but hey, I might be at the beach. I might be somewhere in nature, because I could be able to connect and just meditate a little bit on a few things. Okay, so Happy New Year to all you guys. I know the New Year just started. Hopefully everything's going off to a great start with you guys and great planning. Be sure to email me if you have any concerns or any questions on the information I'm sharing. I definitely would appreciate some feedback. And my email address is something to compare to at gmail.com. All right. Have a great day. I'm your host, Alexander Blucher, on Something to Compare To. Take care.
Can hear my beating heart, gotta fall into my own arms. Second chances come around all the time, and happiness is nothing but a state of mind. So take me somewhere blue, take me somewhere blue. Take me somewhere blue. Take me somewhere blue. Take me somewhere blue where I can breathe, where the weight in my soul starts to ease. I've been fighting the divine at war with my own mind, wishing for some change, looking for a connection to give life some meaning and free me from my own cage. I'm sick
right?